Madam Speaker, H.R. 3060, introduced by the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Roger Williams, would designate the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 232 Southwest Johnson Avenue in Burleson, Texas, as the Sergeant William Moody Post Office. As a fellow Texan, I'm proud to join my colleague Mr. Williams in urging this body to name this postal facility in honor of Sergeant William Moody. Sergeant Moody went above and beyond the call of duty in both the U.S. Army and the U.S. Marine Corps. He served 2 tours of duty in Iraq while he was a Marine, and he was finishing his second and last tour of Afghanistan with the Army when a Taliban rocket attack on Bagram Air Force Base took his life on June 18th of 2013. William Moody was a 30-year-old husband and father of 3. Madam Speaker, I was particularly touched to read about the special homecoming surprise that Sergeant Moody had in store for his family. While deployed in Afghanistan, he contacted the fire department in Burleson and asked if he could surprise his children by picking them up from school in a fire truck on the day of his return. Of course, the chief and the firefighters responded with a resounding yes to this request, and they exchanged emails with Sergeant Moody, making plans for his return up until the afternoon of the day before his death. Even in the midst of a war zone, Sergeant Moody's thoughts and hopes were back home in Texas with his wife and children, demonstrating his deep dedication to family. Madam Speaker, his example and his love of his family should move, touch, and inspire all of us, and should be an example that we should all follow. Sergeant Moody was a highly decorated soldier and Marine. Among his honors were an Army Commendation Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, Army Good Conduct Medal, Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal, a Bronze Star, and a Purple Heart, just to name a few. Madam Speaker, it's an honor to pay tribute before this body to a fellow Texan who gave his life in defense of our country. I'm grateful to Sergeant William Moody for his service, and I urge all members to join me in strong support of this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield myself as much time as I may consume and ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material on the bill under consideration.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. H.R. 1813 was introduced by the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Ryan, and would redesignate the facility of the United States Postal Service located at 162 Northeast Avenue in Talmadge, Ohio, the Lance Corporal Daniel Nathan Derriman, Jr. Post Office Building. Marine Lance Corporal Daniel Nathan Derriman, Jr., who went by Nathan, was born on July 30th in Akron, Ohio. His family moved to Talmadge when he was just 1.5 years old, and Nathan grew up there. He was a 2002 graduate of Talmadge High School. Nathan joined the Marines in 2003 and served with the Weapons Company 3rd Battalion, 25th Marine Regiment, 4th Marine Division. In March of 2005, Nathan was deployed to Iraq. Sadly, just 5 months later, he was killed on August 1st by enemy small arms fire while conducting dismounted operations there. 5 other Marines died at his side. Madam Speaker, Representative Ryan's staff has shared with me that when Nathan was asked why he wanted to join the military, he said he wanted a brother, and that he wanted to become a respectable, responsible, and productive American. He certainly achieved all of those goals. In the eyes of his family, friends, and fellow Marines, and his countrymen, and those of us standing here today to honor his tremendous sacrifice, he is one of the most respected Americans this body has had the great privilege of honoring. Those brave men and women who put themselves in harm's way to defend our safety and our freedom deserve our honor, respect, and heartfelt gratitude. I ask my colleagues for their strong support of H.R. 1813 and reserve the balance of my time.